Same. Okay, you guys ready? Story of Jagged. Jagged's origin. Jagged was a lowly fellow who wanted to make new friends. He found himself on Twitch. He has went to stream after stream after stream after stream, made some friends, yet they all felt short. But one day, Jagged found himself in a magical place, a stream that will forever change his life, named Epic Creeper TNT. Epic said in a greeting voice, "Why, hello there, sir. Welcome to my chats, a magical place where you would never ever want to leave." Jagged immediately felt excitement. He knew that this would be something that would impact his life for all eternity. Jagged was greeted by many who were in this chat as well, such as Test, Mangle, Slosh, Wade, except he's a fucking douche, and many more. This truly felt like paradise to Jagged. This feels so much like saying Jagged, alright, I love it. I don't know if I read all of this. From good to downfall to good again. Jagged had officially found a stream that he could enjoy, but things took it to the worst when Jagged was being a douche and caused him to get banned. This caused Jagged to stress that he would do anything to come back after all the constant rejection by Epic. He changed his name to The Arkham Knight and confronted Epic with extreme prejudice. Now Jagged and Epic became friends once again. Jagged had been invited to many activities that involve Epic and his chats. They were even new recruits such as Fano and Mr. Cool. Like others, they also had their own adventures, but none of them could be crazy as Jagged's were. This is my favorite. He confronted Epic with extreme prejudice, but they became friends. A new beginning. After about a year of regaining Epic's trust, the tables have turned for Epic to reward Jagged with something special. Epic have told Jagged he has a special surprise for him. Epic have told Jagged, "Jagged, after all your attempts to come back to apologize and have made up for when you were a douche, Epic Creeper TNT, have declared you a mod!" Jagged was amazed. He couldn't believe what Epic awarded him with, and vowed never to be a douche again. Jagged had been in so many adventures with Epic in the chats. It wasn't until everyone had their own places. Epic had his chat, Test has his, weird stuff, Fano is building a muffin factory, Mr. Cool has his flying spaceship called a Flying Bob Ross, but Jagged wanted something of his own, and it wasn't until he decided to have his own place. Jagged thought to himself, "What can I possibly have that everyone else has? I can probably have place. No, something better. A house. A playhouse." Jagged, I'm reading your story. I love it. I don't know if I've read this all yet, but I'm excited to get to the end, or read the whole thing. The playhouse cometh. As Jagged successfully built his playhouse, he thought it may need some people to I guess FMF is canon to Jagged's story, yeah. As Jagged successfully built his playhouse, he thought it may need some people to interact with, or even an army for any danger that may come lurking around. Jagged thought to himself, who will help me find an army to guard the playhouse? As Jagged thought deeply, he decided who to come to for help. It was, of course, by any means the one, the only Professor Peacock. As Jagged said to himself, of course, why not come to Professor Peacock after all? He is a true genius. He's the one who invented that old age removal potion long ago that made Test still alive to this day. By the way, I love how, canonically, Professor Peacock made the old age potion. That was, his big genius breakthrough, I guess. It was one of them. And then, many years later, he just straight up giving Viagra to Jesus Christ. It's great. Okay. Jagged rushed to Professor Peacock's laboratory, only to find no other than Professor Peacock, bored and uncertain what to do for people. Just as Jagged approached him, he said, "Hello, Professor, remember me?" Professor Peacock said, yes I do. You're Jagged. I remember you from the adventures we had along with Epics." Jagged asked him, "Well, I was wondering if you could do me a favor and help me find an army to guard and protect my playhouse. After all, you can create portals, right?" Professor Peacock said, yes, you're right. Well, you have to the right place. Allow me to help you." As Professor Peacock... Let me see this one. Don't forget, it's 500-year Viagra, not regular. Oh, sweet, I forgot. That happened so long ago in the game. Uh, so I'm so tired. As Professor Peacock led Jagged to his portal room, he asked Jagged, "What would you like for your army?" Jagged, in an uncertain saying, well, I've recently hooked on Destiny lately, and I've done everything I've wanted, and we all know Destiny 2 is coming out soon, so my guess is Destiny characters. Professor Peacock stating, "Okay then, Destiny characters it is." Then, as Professor Peacock opened up the portal to the Destiny characters, they all started to hop out of the portal one by one. All of the strike and raid bosses from Destiny 1 came from the portal saying, "Where are we and what is this?" Jagged said to them, "Hello, my name is Jagged. I've come to find an army to help me protect and guard my playhouse." Jagged went on and asked, "Will you stand alongside me and fight with me against any danger that may come to my playhouse?" The Destiny characters all at once looked at each other and thought about it until they agreed to. They said, "Sure, Jagged, we will fight with you." Just as Jagged finally gained an army, the portal started to act up, and all of a sudden, the Destiny 2 strike bosses, along with the raid lair bosses, came through the portal as well. The Destiny 1 characters shouted, "They're the traitors! Run!" Oh my god. This is incredible. Also, I'm pregnant with Mr. Quill's baby. Oh my god. Yeah, stop motion people. I want to animate FMF. Oh my god. Jaggy probably got a massive 14-inch cock, probably. The army conflict. I like how this Jagged's origin story is kind of great. As the Destiny 2 characters jumped out of the portal as well, they started to scatter across San Diego. While on the hunt for him, Jagged and its army of Destiny 1 characters, they stumbled upon the Destiny 2 strike bosses, then proceeded to kill them with extreme prejudice. It was later until they realized they were dummies that had a bomb. They all shouted, "Run!" Jagged barely made it out alive until we lost some of our Destiny 1 strike bosses. While grieving for those we have lost, Professor Peacock informed us that they were headed to the Golden Gate Bridge to attempt to destroy San Francisco as well. That was when they ended the lives of the Destiny 2 strike bosses. Only that remains are Argos and Valkyr. But before we searched for the remaining two, we formed a funeral for those we have lost. While the funeral was going on, something else was approaching the portal. Something much more than the Destiny 2 characters. Something more. Something worse. It was none other than the Regini, led by Superman from the Injustice universe, who were still continuing their destruction to continue the example Superman wants to set, that the Regime was a force to be reckoned with. Okay, I definitely didn't read this. I'm so lost, but it's kind of incredible. Yeah, there's a lot of extreme prejudice in this story. Okay, what's next? Superman made it. Regime. Is it regime? I'm like not good with words.
Regime.
Regime. Fuck. Regime. Double trouble. As the regime flew out of the portal, Jagged shouted out, "Great! Now there is two problems!" Professor Peacock added, "Don't worry, Jagged. This is not your fault. I happen to have the ingredients to make a kryptonite weapon that could weaken Superman." Jagged said, "Thanks, Professor. I owe you one." As Jagged, Professor Peacock, and his army of Destiny 1 characters worked on a kryptonite weapon, chaos had spread around San Francisco along with San Diego. The regime and remaining Destiny 2 characters fought each other. It was then that the portal erupted and someone else came out. Dear God, it was none other than... I can't... I'm gonna, like, see this along with the rest of you guys, so hang on one second, I'm gonna read this one. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Cool Regime. Great, now there is two problems. Oh, no. Okay, it's right. It was none other than Dominus Gall, who seemed out to destroy the Destiny 2 characters. Jagged and everyone else asked Gall to fight alongside his army, which led to an agreement that Gall will help Jagged on his adventure. It wasn't until Cyborg attempted to hack our power to prevent us from creating the kryptonite weapon. That's when Gall attacked him and fought Cyborg. Things got worse when Damian Wayne used a smoke bomb to try and take us down one by one. It suddenly changed to our, like it's like a first person or something, but like just for one sentence. Oh yeah, it was then that Jagged said, "Fuck it, I'll take your ass down one by one." It was then that Jagged was no match against Damien, since Jagged lacked the skills of a ninja warrior. Damien asked Jagged any lost words. It was then that Jagged replied with a savage line, "How's your mother?" It was then that Damien was angered by that comment, which he raised his sword, but saved the last minute by Crota, who helped up Jagged, saying, "Don't worry, I'll take care of him for you." Jagged nodded and started to help out Gaul fight Cyborg. It was then that Cyborg was about to kill Gaul. Then Jagged said a one-liner from any classic movie, which was, "Say hello to my little friend," as Jagged was shooting a machine gun at Cyborg, which wasn't working since he's immune to gunfire, so Jagged shouted, "Fuck it!" along with, "This is Sparta!" As Jagged kicked Cyborg off a building, he landed in the river, killing him. Superman sees this and charges at Jagged, flying him into space so he can't breathe anymore. It was once again that Jagged was saved by the last minute by Oryx this time, who was beating Superman senseless. Why is Superman the villain? Here, wait, I gotta read this all. I'm reading for my PS card. That was when Superman got the upper hand and uppercutted him, which he landed on a building. Crota finally killed off Damian Wayne, which angered Superman even more, which he charged at Crota, but Crota was saved by last minute by the Malik, who is somehow still alive. Malik sacrifices himself to save Crota as Superman kills him right off the spot with a punch through his chest, which was meant for Crota. Malik mutters his last words, "How does it feel to kill me like you did with the Joker?" That led to Superman having a flashback from when he killed Joker, which led to Superman in a meltdown and flees from the spot. That's the end of the chapter. Oh, there's an evil Superman in the game Jagged's referring to. I did not know that. The end of the regime. Everyone, included the Destiny 1 characters, agreed to bury Malik in the ocean. It was then that they buried Malik in the ocean, but somehow Cyborg was still alive. He thought Malik was still alive, so he initiated the self-destruct sequence. Cyborg blows up along with Malik, which caused a big explosion, which made everyone realize that Cyborg must have been alive all this time. It was then that Black Adam and Wonder Woman... Or no, it's Wonder Woman, sorry, my fault. Wonder Woman fought Argos and Val Kaur, as Kaur was trying to kill off Adam. Adam broke free and started to punch Kaur to death. It was then that Adam shouted, "Shazam!" which shocked and exploded Kaur to pieces. What? Argos had knocked out Wonder Woman and Black Adam, which now made Argos to focus fire on Jagged. That was when Wonder Woman beat Argos to attacking Jagged. Jagged says to Wonder Woman aggressively, "Stupid Amazon, you're just as evil as any tyrant would be by manipulating Superman into doing all this evil shit he's doing." Wonder Woman, now angered at the comment that Jagged said to her, raises her sword to stab Jagged, which once again was saved by the last minute, but this time by Axis, by shooting his new SIVA power gun repeatedly at her. That was when Argos decided to attack Axis to distract him to fight Argos. That was when Atheon showed up to fight Wonder Woman instead. Atheon was in an instant wipes out Wonder Woman, then says, "Bye-bye, stupid Amazon." Axis easily annihilates Argos with his new SIVA powered gun in an instant. Axis says in relief, "Now the Destiny 2 traitors are no more. All that remains is Black Adam and Superman." Professor Peacock informs Jagged that the kryptonite weapon is 100% complete, but to make sure that Black Adam is dead first and that Superman is distracted. Jagged then focus fires on Black Adam, along with saying, "Shazam this motherfucker." Black Adam then charges at Jagged and not realizing that Adam fell for Jagged's trap, that Crota and Oryx did a sneak attack on Adam, killing him right off the spot. Superman now focus fires on Crota and Oryx, which now Jagged runs to Professor Peacock's lab to obtain the kryptonite weapon, but Professor Peacock also explains to Jagged that it has a built-in spear to stab him in the heart once weakened. Jagged nodded, then flees quickly to kill off Superman. Jagged calls for Superman, but shouting, "Superman, your time is over!" Superman now charges as Jagged, which was the perfect spot to kill off Superman, then shoots the kryptonite weapon at Superman, knocking him out. Jagged now finally has the chance for the final blow to kill off Superman. With his last dying breath, pleads Jagged to spare his life, which Jagged replied with, "I'm more of a Batman fan that I was a fan of you." Jagged draws the spear to Superman's heart, killing him. Jagged now whispers, "It is done." Let me read this. New Year vid. Oh my god, Test uploaded a New Year video. We gotta watch that after this. Shiny New Year, what is happening? "I'm more of a Batman fan that I was a fan of you." It is done. Jagged thanks Professor Peacock for his help and for building the kryptonite and even finding him an army for his playhouse. Professor Peacock replies back saying, "You're welcome, Jagged. Just be careful the next time a crisis happens." I can't do his voice. Jagged nodded, now showing his army the playhouse, and they all thought it was nice and were glad to be an army for Jagged. An old adversary. Oh my god, how long is this? That was the darkest chapter. Uranus. Right, Uranus is there. Okay, anyways, here we go. Ready? One day, sometime around the month of June 2018, Jagged noticed that it was such a glorious day outside that all of his Destiny characters are so alive. However, the happiness cut short when the Templar tells Jagged that there is an issue. Jagged asks, "What's the matter?" The Templar then replies with, "I regret to inform you that Maria is attacking the playhouse." Jagged is shocked and asks where she was. The Templar replies back with, "Down there." All of a sudden, she's there and asks Jagged if he wants to die. Jagged replies aggressively with, "No!" Then Maria threatens to destroy his Destiny characters and take over his playhouse. Jagged says angrily, "You're an ugly whore. I will make you die." Then Maria shows her army, which shocked Jagged in horror. Jagged, without going down with a fight, says, "Too bad, bitch. I have an army too. Destiny characters unite." Once Jagged defeated the first wave of enemies, he was shocked to see none other than Thanos. Of course, Jagged continues fighting. Then, after when he thought it was over, Maria had one more trick up her sleeve, which was Lord Dominator. Jagged once again continued fighting, and when he thought it was all over, there was yet another trick, which was the Wicked Witch of the West. Jagged was not surprised, since he too had a trick up his, and said, "Dominus Gaul, attack her." The two titans started to brawl. Unfortunately, Jagged realized he was losing until the Wicked Witch killed Gaul. When are we fucking? We're fucking now. Jagged was now screwed at this point, but he did have one thing that they all forgot. Jagged shouted, "There is also a salad bar!" Jagged was happy, and to celebrate, Jagged will take another trip to Florida. Once he landed, the announcer announced, "We arrived," until he said, "Aloha." Then Jagged realized he was on the wrong plane, which he said, shockingly, "What the hell?" The biggest crossover. Alrighty, here we go. One day at Epic's chat, the chats were all gathered with an announcement that Mayor McCheese is going to take over the world and gathered a group of old villains to form an alliance. When they heard about this, everyone was shocked and was wondering what they would do. Mr. Cool gathered his ship and told them to hop on as they journeyed across the universe looking for recruits. While others were in other worlds and stumbling upon everyone from the past, Phantom and Fat Toy Freddy went to a house only to find nothing, until a mysterious voice claiming to be the talking phone it was none other than Ness's dad, informing them that there was a whore who was kidnapping people. Then he eventually butt raped them. It was then that Ness's dad spotted the whore. Then they all went outside, shocked to see Maria. Fano said shockingly, "Oh my God!" It was then that Jagged came to the rescue, and knew he was only one to truly kill her with the power of dancing. Jagged did the tequila dance, which killed her off for good. After that, they journeyed to find more recruits. Eventually, our final destination was the remains of Saigon's planet, where the chats faced off with McCheese once and for all. Epic shouted in anger, "We're gonna kick your fucking ass!" It was then that they faced off McCheese. Then he eventually set a timer to detonate the whole universe. It was then that Noviblanc appeared and saved them all and killed McCheese for good. The chats were honored with medals for saving not only the world but the universe itself. I love it. If I read this like a day ago, like I imagine like if somehow Jagged knew the entire plot, like imagine if this got out like this chapter like a day ago, and like what would I even think? It's like this is like a leak. I'm just kidding though, but obviously he wrote it just now. Imagine he just predicted everything exactly and he wrote this like a week ago.